So the first step of the treatment that I've already carried out was to surface clean the whole of the dress, mostly focusing on the feathers, which had quite a lot of dust on the surface. It's actually come up really well, which I'm really pleased about. And the process that I've done to do that is to use this really, really soft rabbit hair brush, which won't damage the feathers when I've gently been brushing it, and then to use that with this very fine vacuum. We use a museum vac, which is a low suction, and then I've put net on the end to make sure that nothing gets sucked inside the vacuum, and then it's just a case of slowly working across all the feathered areas to remove any of the particulate soiling, aka dust. And then after that, I've now moved on to the current treatment, which is to put some patch support onto areas of damage around the net, around this tulle skirt area at the bottom. So I can show you a little setup that I've got here for the latest hole that I'm working on. So you can see the original silk net on the top, and then below it, I'll just point to it with these, is my net support, which is this finer net here. And I've placed that underneath and pinned it in place with these very fine pins. This is just a weight around it to hold it in place so I can stitch it. And then I have this very fine curved needle that I'm using with this this is polyester thread, that I'm using to stitch, just running stitch actually, across, using the grain of the net to hide it. And then I'll do lines of that all the way across to hold it in place. I have one down here that I've already done, which hopefully is nice and subtle. So that's a little patch there, that was the hole, and then the net over it. And there's holes all along, mostly along the edge. You can see ones like here that I'll need to move on to, but luckily there's not too many. And I'll just systematically work around and fill those with the same kind of net. So what I've got here is this is some of the nylon net which I'm using to patch behind the areas of loss. I'll scrunch it up so you can sort of see it a bit better. But it's been dyed and colour matched to a sympathetic kind of cream colour, so it blends in a lot better behind the original silk net. And then I can also show you this, which is, this is actually where we draw the threads from to sew with. So this is Stabbletex, which is a polyester. Can you see it well enough? And then what we do is we pull the thread from that and then sew with it. I don't know if you can see that at all, but so it's very, very fine, but because it's polyester, it's also strong. So that's one of the finest threads we use in conservation to stitch with.